allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Meetings come to order, all present. I guess the order. And everybody got a copy of the minutes? Any changes or additions?
I've read my copy and I move that they be accepted as mailed.
Second, third, whatever.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Okay.
I told that to the prosecutor's office. Football play. The president gave me Christmas on the pen.
Who was the second one?
Yeah.
Give it to Brian?
Give it to Brian. I'm gonna give you
I
the.
got it. Sorry. I had to turn it off and start it over again. I had to turn it off and start it over. Just record it in. Okay. Just in case.
Can you write nice and legible today?
It's blocked in.
We'll try to get you out of here before noon so you can start flying.
Yeah.
What time are we supposed to start school?
We get up and noon, he'll be ready to start plowing, right?
Huh?
We get up and noon, he'll be ready to start plowing.
Yeah, he'll be ready, yeah. He can just skip in.
Went down to recycling, go back around the thing. Went down to recycling on the way east, and nobody went up to that.
Where is
I hadn't heard that. I listened to Kristen a little bit yesterday.
I saw the wrong block.
Somebody, yeah, they got some up there. Somebody's, they're
We're
all,
all over the place. But everybody's on.
they're on there. They're on there.
Oh, I see, Brian Bass on the wrong line of
No,
traffic.
I didn't either.
Yeah, you gotta be out here with
It
it.
says right foot.
I know.
They're all mixed up, I think.
Right above your name, right
I think it's right. I think we got it crossed.
Who messed up?
No, I saw it right above.
They're all on there. It'll pass.
They're all on there.
Yeah.
Okay, Vicki Talbus, you're on.
Okay, this is Bill Burkle.
We've seen you before.
You've met him before, yes.
Just wanted to report with you the different people within our company on the software side. You know, I do the appraisal side. But there was a notice or a letter that was sent out where they came out and done some testing. They're meeting with Brian Bailey, the commissioner of the DLGF, because their own administrative rule allows for the company to come back in to do retesting to address the issues that they had on the software system. And they have also done the anticipated cost to do the updates, and our company is willing to put out the $250,000 that it's going to cost to update the system to meet the state standards for the 2014 software compliance issues. This is something that all of the companies have already been kicking back to the state on what they're demanding on the software side. So it may change on what their requirements are because not a company out there, whether it's a Manatron or Exsoft or anyone, is happy about the changes because it's all going to cost each of those companies a substantial investment to alter the system to meet the state reporting requirements. But I just wanted to bring you abreast of what has gone on. The letter that they initially sent out said it's not compliant, but 50 IAC, their own administrative rule, allows us to come back. I believe there were 26 items of contention that they had. Out of those, 22 of those are compliant. They just weren't shown as being compliant. And there are 4 issues that they've already corrected. And they're waiting to meet with Brian Bailey,
Okay, Brian,
Commissioner of the DLGF.
okay, who was the gentleman that was with you here?
Derek.
Daryl Sakata.
Okay, I talked to Daryl. Is he not coming today?
No, he's not gonna be here today. That's why I'm here. You know,
Well,
I was with the software
I was
side.
discussing with him the bill we submitted for.
Correct.
And he gave me the impression he wasn't gonna pay it, he'd stuff some envelopes, and that's good enough.
We have discussed that, and they're gonna pay the invoice in full,
We'll pay the $9,000,
whatever the invoice was.
$9,045 or something, I've got it here.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
We had, part of this whole deal, we had a conference call, the president of the company was on the line, we talked about going forward, and because the software team, they estimated what it was gonna cost to, that's where the $250,000 came up with what it was gonna cost to do with the hours of meeting the state compliance, and, you know, all of those topics were discussed. Paying invoice in full was agreed upon.
Okay, the other thing, if in fact this doesn't get corrected and everything, what's Vicky's next game plan?
I guess we'll cross that when we come there. I mean, that's, I know our company's committed to making all the software side. They brought in one of the division chiefs to take over Daryl's spot, to come in to do the analysis of the system with the DLGF. So actually Daryl's boss has come in to handle that.
Going back to that problem we experienced this year, I know you're not really in your area, but
Correct.
I'm sure you've heard some talk. What was the issue? Why wasn't fields merging? Was it off a line in the software, was it transferred, or what was the issue?
Initially, they had pulled the data from the wrong data set off of the system. And actually, I believe Vicki actually tried to get it stopped from the bills being printed so that they could check that.
I asked the treasurer not to do the bills till we were compliant and everything was up to snuff, and nothing, she didn't say one yay or nay, and the next thing I knew, when I went down to the auditor's office, they were printing them. I asked for a continuance. I said, don't print them till we're sure that everything's okay. But they printed them anyway.
So I'm clear, explain it to me in layman's terms, what really happened with your software versus when it transferred into the treasurer auditor's office?
They just pulled it wrong. They left out something.
There are literally hundreds of data sets that they can pull, and when Daryl and his staff pulled the files, they pulled it from the wrong data set. And that's why it showed, it had to do with the allocation issues, and when they pulled it from the wrong data set, it put it in the wrong allocation bucket. So,
So Daryl, your employee told them what to do, but then it was a mistake.
yes.
Okay, just want to make clear that
Yep.
the treasurer's office didn't know what to do. Daryl told them what to do, and it was a mistake, and that didn't get corrected, and the bills got printed.
Correct.
Ours were right in the computer, because we couldn't figure it out when we first saw the bills. I went down and checked right off the people that had called. I said, ours were in the right buckets, I don't understand this. And then we got to theirs, and theirs weren't in the right bucket. So I called Daryl, and they started on it right then, and so.
Basically, you're gonna have me standing over it, making sure it happens correctly the next time.
And so we're asking for compliance in the way. It's good that we got to put up with everybody trying to figure out what to do.
We're gonna watch them like a dog this time, if you will, on the appraisal side to make sure that data.
So is this $250,000 out of a one-time investment, or is that over a period of time?
That's to get it compliant for the 2014 software compliance that the state has already issued. And basically, it's getting that up to.
So you got all this year to do that in, or you have to have it done?
Yes, there will be additional testing later on. They did some initial testing here last.
So is this 14 pay 13 we're talking about?
No, probably 13 to 14.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna happen in 13.
Yeah, they're gonna start it in
For the 14 tax year?
Yes.
So it's
$250,000 on your side, or is it
Correct.
on Daryl's side?
No, well, it's gonna come out of the company, not out of the appraisals division, it'll come out of the software division. And actually, the president of the company, that's just company capital that they're gonna put out there and invest, because they wanna make it work, they wanna continue forward in a positive manner. I mean, it's actually a loss for our company because of the state standards, but they're willing to take that loss for the long term.
So you're saying that basically, how many companies do this kind of work in the state of Indiana?
I believe there are three, or actually four companies.
So all of them are basically have to absorb a lot of costs.
Absolutely, and there have already been several, as I said, there have been several
So is this part of
correspondence.
Mitch's legacy, or
What's that?
this part of Mitch's legacy?
That I don't know. I believe this is all under the DLGF's administrative code, to where they're trying to make it, and, you know, we're in 35 states, 2 Canadian provinces, and by far, this is the most restrictive that are,
And they want more data than they can possibly ever analyze.
absolutely,
That's right.
absolutely.
Daryl said here that one day he only had the one county here, so that's gonna be pretty expensive for you guys to
That's right.
spend that for
And
one
that's,
county.
and that's my point. That's why I'm here to tell you, they're willing to spend that $250,000 just for Sullivan County.
I hate to see our next bill from them.
No. No,
I can only imagine what the new contract will be.
no.
There's no free meals.
We've already set it up for 3 years.
We're a large publicly traded company, and that'll be spread out over the entire country. This is not an issue that we're gonna try to recoup that $250,000 from Sullivan. That's just to keep going forward, and we'll still have the same annual
The
support.
biggest issue, you gotta wait till the state says you're approved.
Correct, and we will have an
So when
audience.
do you think that's gonna be in? 30 days, 60 days?
Hopefully within 30 days. We put Mr. Bailey was off,
Again, maybe.
yeah, towards the end of the year here, so we're hoping to have, actually, hopefully it'll be done before the assessors conference, which is about the 3rd week of January. So I'll be happy to come back and report in January meeting.
Well, that's better news than what Vicki gave me the other day at the beauty shop.
That's right, that's right.
I'll take this.
Exactly.
I believe.
That's what I was panicking about too.
I believe that when they sent the letter out saying that you're not compliant, that was overstepping, because they have to allow, according to their own rules, an opportunity for us to come back to fix any of the issues.
They did this on the lark. I don't care what anybody says. That we're set up. We were set up by somebody, and I don't know who, but I have my feeling who we were set up by. They had no right to come in and even test. They'd already sent out the letters to test in 2013. That was when the testing was to begin, really.
They were just trying to address the issues that have
And
obviously happened.
you have to say though, the very first one that Daryl read to me, that the guy I talked to that was here from the state, when he called me and told me that we were not compliant, he said, I'll send it right out to you. Well, I've never received it yet. But Daryl read it to me, and I said, that's not true. They said, we deactivate a parcel, we can't activate it again. Well, that's stupid. We can. All we have to do is push a button and say reactivate. And all the information is right up there from the past years. But that was just a little thing. But I mean, from the very first one, it was not even true.
As I said earlier, there were 26 items of contention. 22 of them were incorrect. 4 of them were legitimate contentions, and actually the software team during this conference call reported that within a 24-hour period they could have all of those things fixed to meet the state compliance.
I hope you're right.
I'll report back to you next month.
Okay.
Okay?
I got anything else?
So, thanks, Vicki.
Thanks, Vicki.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Better get home before the snow hits.
Yeah. Have a happy New Year.
Okay. The old business? We got 2 appointments here we need to get made, because they got a meeting this week. They got a meeting this week. And I got a letter here from Max Jensen, but we're not gonna do it for our next meeting. And I got one here from Robert McCammon. Did you guys get these, or
I got a copy of one.
You all got it? And Nancy Hunt, who've both been
Make a motion
representing
to
this.
appoint Nancy and Bob to the Robert Board.
I'll second.
Motion second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Thank you.
Bring in lots of business.
Do we need to go ahead with our advisory people today?
can if you want to.
We got Strickland here if you,
Huh?
we got Strickland if he wants to volunteer.
Yeah. If you wanna do ours today, we can.
Well, since they got a meeting, I think we probably ought to.
Okay. In the past, we've had 3 from the council on that advisory group. And in the past, it's been Rick, Larry, and myself. So, time to
I'll be
pass
glad
the
to give it
baton.
up for, I'd be glad to give it up for a different assignment this time if somebody else wants to be on this, but I've been on it for 4 years. So, Jim, we were thinking you because they meet up at the
They meet at your back door.
back door.
We meet at the learning center there at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
That's
Right,
high
right.
tech.
They meet on the first Thursday of the month.
First Thursday at 7.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Do you want to be on that?
Yeah, I'll take
It's
it.
just advisory, you can't vote.
Right.
Yeah, you can't vote, you can give them ideas or tell them you don't like their ideas.
Right.
You'll stay on.
Larry says he wants to stay on. You wanna go on there, Kenny? Make a meeting once in a while? You don't have to make them all.
That's all right.
Okay. Okay. So it'll be Kenny and Larry and Jim, okay.
Come in the east side door and straight into a classroom where we meet.
It's on Thursdays.
On Thursday.
First Thursday.
First Thursday at 7 o'clock.
Yes, 7 o'clock.
Is this the redevelopment advisory board?
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's-
Okay.
The Tim, you were on what? Solid-
Recycling and emergency management. With solid waste.
Emergency management. When's the emergency management meeting?
It's quarter. Quarter.
So we gotta appoint somebody to replace you on there. Okay. I'll take emergency management. You wanna take the recycling, since you're here in town?
Well, okay. He's gonna do recycling.
Emergency what?
But the emergency management, when do they meet?
Then, what you
What, do they have a pattern they meet on?
Yeah, they'll give you a schedule out. And they meet like I said, 4 times a year. We met last week, I think it was. We met last time.
So maybe a couple, 3 months. We'll meet.
Yeah.
They meet
Like,
today.
unless they have one in January, I
They meet
don't know.
today or at nighttime?
About 5 o'clock.
Okay, I'm gonna say,
It's 4 or 5, I
I'm
think.
sitting around 5 o'clock, so they do.
so you got recycle, and they meet right before, they meet right before the committee meeting, I think.
Yes. they,
commissioners?
yeah. Yeah, 6 o'clock, the 3rd Monday,
Where they meet at?
right here.
Right here.
They meet every month?
Yes.
You all wait on them.
Has anybody talked to you guys about that? They said that this Bill Orr never comes to the meetings, and somebody at the last meeting, they've been talking about it, mentioned that they thought the council appointed somebody. It had to be from one of the towns or something,
For which board?
the recycling solid waste.
Oh,
The Bill Orr never comes to the meetings, and a lot of times they don't have a quorum.
I didn't think outside of our board.
They mentioned,
I bet it's a
somebody mentioned, they thought the council did it, and I didn't have a clue.
Well, if it's a bill,
So a lot of times they don't have a quorum, because the mayor's on it, and, you know, he can't, he's always working. You know, and if you got a commissioner, sometimes they don't show up.
yeah. I never remember us appointing anybody to that,
Okay.
outside of.
I know I
somebody from this
didn't
board.
remember anything about that, you know. Because actually, it talked for a good while, nobody actually knew, could say 100% sure who appointed him,
Uh-huh.
you know.
So who would know that?
Yeah, well, nobody at the meeting seemed to be able to know for sure. You know.
Would you be saying?
I don't know, she was at the meeting.
And she didn't say.
They said they, last I heard, they said they talked to council, did, but I don't know.
We need to know for sure, we don't want to overstep here.
Yeah. So they might hit you up about it, Jim.
Okay, okay.
No, so are you a voting member on both of these boards?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we might as well wait till the first of the year on the rest of them.
Right.
You know, we got alcohol, beverage. We got emergency management covered there. We got insurance committee to put together. And we had an equipment and inventory committee. 4-H council, which I was on it.
And I was gonna succeed.
Yeah, we got to succeed.
I'll stay there if you want me to.
But we'll, let's just wait in case somebody shows up for some of these things.
Okay.
I don't-
What's the name of that board? I was on juvenile detention or,
Huh?
I was on either probation board.
That's the one with Kyle,
Yeah.
Community correction.
Community correction.
community correct.
That was after, yeah, we'd done this.
Yeah, they came in after.
And that started up, yeah, I wouldn't have it on here, but we all remember to do that, yeah.
I've got a letter from Tom Leahy to the park to give out next month. To the park.
Say, you got it?
Yeah. You give to everybody, you give a copy to everybody.
What he registered this time?
Republican, he said.
I took the other time too.
I asked him.
Yeah, it said on the paper, don't it, that you can check it or something. I forget what it says on there,
Well,
but
let's check it.
or something.
Okay,
We're gonna have a window this month, so I didn't bring it. Yeah, he said, feel free to check or something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Had a little humor to that.
okay. We got all these encumbrances, you see them all? Total of $66,119.83. And Diane guaranteed me she has got bills for these items.
Diane, on reassessment, is that definitely 100% of their carryover appropriation?
No,
We need to carry over
yeah,
everything,
okay,
because that, if we don't do that, we're gonna have a big problem.
Yeah, we gotta have what they got, everything they got.
that's just the invoices that she turned in, so,
But she's got contracts out there, so you don't have to have an invoice. because
Okay.
She has these contracts that she just told us about.
How much more you got in there on her?
I think there's 40-some thousand
You know,
in there.
On top of this amount?
No, total.
Okay, so we
Well,
need
she's
to,
got a CD, $50,000 CD that we still have.
she has
so
fixed
she's
up
got
what
like-
she did.
Uh-huh.
Besides the 32, and then you've got another
Yeah.
8 roughly?
Oh, no, what that's saying is, well, your funds report will tell you what's in hers. Hers is 1188. If you go to your funds report, it'll tell you what we're doing.
1188,
This report here will tell you
so here,
something.
she's only got 35,000 in cash. So she's got 35,000 plus 50.
50.
She's got 85
Yeah.
in cash.
Mhm.
And how much appropriation? 40 something?
No, that should be your,
This is cash.
this
This is cash, not different than that appropriation.
I'll have to look.
Well, whatever her appropriations are left, Diane, they need to all be encumbered, because she has contracts for that,
Okay,
okay?
I will do
So if she's
that.
got 50,000 left in appropriations, that's how much you do to encumber.
Sure. Okay, I'll bring it all over.
As long as it doesn't exceed 85,000, which is what her cash is, right?
Right, well, she's got the CD, that doesn't show in the
But
cash.
it's still cash.
Yeah, and then when she brings that out, we can put that back in as of next year if she needs it.
By the way, how many CDs do we have right now? Do you know? I mean, this could not reflect the right report if we don't have the CDs, right?
Right, I can ask Beth if.
Does Kinley Bridge have a CD, because their cash is down?
I know Highway has, the Park has. Lee Tourism has a small one.
Can Beth bring those down to us? I kinda like
Yes.
to know that.
Yes.
Could we call her and have them
Yes.
bring it down?
Yes. I should have for you.
Does that affect what we're doing real lot?
Tell her to bring all the CD.
All
investments
CDs,
down.
okay.
While she's coming, Mrs. Paradosi, you got
Brenda?
anything you want to bring
Do you
to
know
us?
what her thing
Just
is?
here, watch us.
This is the only meeting I can come to.
Oh.
Just have the meetings too early. Or too late, too early, whatever.
There's snow coming, Garfield.
People said noon, and
One
said
o'clock.
after,
1 o'clock.
With who?
Good afternoon.
then in the morning.
Oh, okay, I called the
Yeah.
wrong number.
Yeah.
You got an extension, thing there, this is Diane with the office, and I'm gonna play around.
Who?
You have the extension for the
Oh, really?
sheriff's office there.
Big. Lord,
And then treasurer's
You see
office.
that canopy around the gas station? That thing just collapsed totally.
No good, snow, way to snow.
You know that canopy over at
I
Doug?
went to Linton Saturday and saw it.
That guy, he's gotta be sick. His canopy over his gas pump.
Across the T's.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Currents?
Yeah.
Somebody
It
didn't
just
break
came
that.
down like an umbrella now. It just-
Somebody didn't break that very good.
Well, remember when he bought that from Kern, he turned it around?
Yeah.
And made it a long way to the way he had to. And I'd say somebody didn't do a good job of doing something.
That's what I say.
The line's busy, I'll run up, okay? I'll be right back.
That second snow was a record night.
Oh, yeah.
Man, the wind wasn't blowing it off the
Well,
building.
the first was rushing down halfway,
The treasurer.
and the second snow just brought it down.
Sir, current
Right over.
CDs.
Wind didn't
You
keep
can't get
it
any of your gas up.
They're busy, I can't get
I
ahold
would want to.
How'd you like to bid under that gas pump when that come down?
I hope it did at night,
That'd make us go to church on Sunday.
or bathroom.
Nancy was kind enough to go get those for us, so they're busy, their line is busy, I can't get through to them.
Okay. Okay. All right, we'll just hold off on that for a couple of minutes here.
Who's home today?
But everybody understands what we're doing there on that encumbrance on the, because you know, we had to do shuffle the last 2 years of budget time to make this reassessment thing work because of what the state did. Not letting us carry the old over into that new like we had to.
Well, I hope what the guy told us is accurate. Because the reason I say that is that Vicky told me that she was going, I'd get my wife on a video shop, she was going in and they, if she had to change companies, it was $500,000 to buy the new software. So, that would be a monumental cost. So if he can fix it, then we are. I don't know, for legal, we got a contract with him, but he's not licensed by the state, that makes it null and void, I believe. I'd like to read that contract. I think anytime we do a new contract, we ought to put a disclaimer in there, somehow we could recoup some money, does that, right?
Well, Darrell wasn't paying that bill the other day when I talked to him on the phone. When I called him, he got pretty huffy about it. He said, we don't owe it. He said, we worked, I said, but you sat there and said you'd pay the overtime. Well, I know, but we're not gonna do it. He said, we help stuff envelopes. He said, we've done our part. Did he stuff any envelopes?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
So now he says they're paying a lock, stock, and barrel there, so.
That seems like awful big investment for one county though. Do they anticipate
That was-
getting others? I mean, unless in the long run, they're gonna get others.
They wouldn't pay 60-some thousand another time.
They cut us loose down the road.
Tells you how much money they're making if they can.
Yeah, that and, I mean, not having contact with them, maybe they've got some obligation in that contract, I don't know.
There's something more than meets the eye.
Unfortunately, I just made a mistake.
I think Bill, or whatever his name was, is gonna have to acknowledge it to some of the people.
thought it was $9,045. We sent them a bill for $9,020.53.
On these encumbrers, you got just nickel and dime stuff, and EMA stuff, and Bryce, you got all this fiddly stuff. What's he doing? I mean, if he just nickel and dime, if he doesn't have exactly a dollar, these encumbrances just drive me nuts. I dealt with this 30 years, and this is where you can mess you up at the end of the year. And my question is, why are we nickel and diming for
Well-
$100, $90, and all that stuff?
Office supplies and gas
And he's got bills for all those. If he doesn't have bills, I don't expect you to encumber anything.
thank you. Okay. They
Did
they
you
have to
guys-
submit a bill before.
Did you turn the bill in for your part of that?
Yes, $3,500.
Okay, so they owe that on top of this 9,000, right? Because yours wasn't in here at best, right?
She was sending up copies, so
I thought she did your hours in with hers.
You figured yours.
I thought she
She's off
did.
the line.
I think it was.
Yes, she
Okay,
does.
okay,
Well, we're gonna buddy up there.
all right.
There's your investments, then.
So we can write beside these cash balances here,
Yes.
if we go to the ones we're really interested in.
Highway has
Because
300
Cumy
something.
Bridge has got $200,000 right off the top. So Cumy Bridge is what number? It's
1135.
1135. So on top of that, we could write in another $200,000. Okay. And highway's got $1 million. Am I seeing that right?
I don't see what you're saying. I'm sure,
Highway-
they have quite a bit.
Highway's got $1 million.
We just invested it.
That's
That's
54.
highway 54, yeah.
54 money?
That's 54.
That's that trust fund.
Yeah, that's 54.
Tourism's got 20. What number is it?
Tourism is,
1127.
yeah.
It's got 20. And part non-reverting, got 35,000 in the CD.
That's 2016 is a regular park, and the park non-reverting is 1179.
1179. So that, on top of that cash balance, I got another 35,000.
You talk about the balances on this sheet right here.
Yeah, the last number is the cash balance that they got in cash in the bank, and then this is CDs on top of that.
Now,
On top
receipts
of
should
the-
be, we'll be doing receipting today, because we have today to finish our
So you
receipting.
should have some additional cash,
Right.
but you're not doing any more expenditures.
No.
Okay. So it can only get greater.
The only other expenditure we have is the insurance, which is $90,000, which I told
How
you
much?
about, or about $90,000.
90?
But some of that comes out.
Yeah, I'll-
of
Yeah,
highway.
it's gonna be
That's
paid,
overall.
it's gonna be paid today.
Yeah,
What's
we
the-
do it at the end of the month. so.
What's the $1 million for on 1176 highway?
Because there's down below,
That's Highway 54.
no, down below it, there's a Highway 54 for $926.
Where at?
Down below it, towards about third from the bottom.
Oh,
They got two of them?
Highway has quite a bit.
and that is the highway, the one at the top is the highway, the one at the
They-
bottom is the 54 one.
I believe they just invested some at the end of the year. It's a,
Yeah, so
they
the
put it in that
highway does
trust-
have $1 million there.
They put that in that trust Indiana where you can take it in, take it out real quick, without penalty.
1176.
Yeah.
So what is the highway number? 2 something?
Highway is 1176.
1176. So they got $1 million on top of that. And you say they got, today you got some money coming out for health insurance
Yes,
out of highway.
yes.
Park non-reverting, park recreation's got they got $200,000 CD. Is that right?
2016 is their number.
2016. And last year you get 250, right?
Well, they spent 100,000 this year. They had 300. They
Yeah,
spent
300,000.
100,000.
So what's the park number?
2016.
They got 200,000?
They got two $100,000 ones. Okay, so we, reassessment's got a 50. Okay, and Cume Bridge has got, they got another 100,000? No, that one's already been sold, right? That Cume Bridge has been sold. It was bought in March and sold in November, right?
Or whatever your paper says there.
Well, it says here maturity date is 11/30/12. So that 100,000 just replaced the one up top we just talked about.
Right, they probably renewed it.
So scratch out and all.
So that was no longer out there because it's already,
The date's
You with
already
me,
expired.
it's due on 11/30/12
I just
on
wanted-
Kimby Bridge.
The 100,000?
Is this
Yeah.
to send you what was
See, it's
invested?
11/30, on the far left.
Right.
They cashed that one in, so it's not in addition to the other.
Mark it out.
And she said that's what was just invested right
And the next one is,
Highway,
I think I'm gonna have her
it's
come.
expired. 11/30/12 also,
right,
300,000.
right. And then the one out on Highway 54 is still good till next October.
Hey, somebody needs to come back and explain to you investments.
No, they don't.
You got-
We're fine,
You got two that's in Cume Bridge, you said? No?
we're fine,
You're fine?
we're fine.
Okay. So.
That one part,
'cause I just
Health-
wanted
Health
everything
benefits shows $1 million.
Does
Bridge still have the $200,000?
So Cume Bridge.
It has the
is
one
two.
at the top, yeah.
Okay.
Then health has
All
got
right,
the $1
thank
million.
That's, okay, thank you.
And then what, on the Sullivan County investments,
It's mine and yours.
that's probably insurance.
I hope it's insurance. Shouldn't say that.
What is it?
800,000.
5922.
That's probably got a
800,000?
rainy day.
No,
What's the
it's
number
more
on
than
it?
5922.
The last one on the sheet.
Fund 5922. No, I see it.
What's the-
Right about
This one, you know, funds that change.
Yeah, I think that's your health insurance.
But the one above it's 5201 health
No, $2
insurance.
million is health insurance.
Where's it at?
The last one.
This is health.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's invested out of is this general? This is probably your, see, the money's in Harris Bank.
I don't
That we
care.
transferred over to,
So what, the $2 million, the very last one is health insurance?
yes, sir. I
What
believe
about
so.
what about the $1 million on the other one?
That's health benefits. Hold
Also,
on.
right?
Sullivan County Investment, Harris. Okay, the $1 million is health benefits, that's 5201, that's that $1 million.
Right.
This is health benefits,
Right.
okay, that 5201. 5922, 5929, I don't know what those are.
I guess we better get it out here.
One of you questioning?
Well, the very, okay, next to the last one, the health benefits is $1 million, okay?
Right.
And there should be more than that in there. There should be probably closer to 2.5 million. So then the next one, 800,000, and we can't make heads or tails what it is.
Megan, okay,
And then the next one is 2 million, we don't know what that is.
Let's see, that 5922 and 5921, those funds, is that, what funds it, out of Harris Bank? Can you tell me? That's total monies invested, is that general or? Okay. Okay, is that, okay, that's total monies invested, okay,
That was the same.
best coming down. So I don't know about those last two.
They got two different, whichever, they got two different interest rates too. This one's 0.6 and the other one's 0.7.
So this looks like Kenny's bank account.
Hey, you couldn't explain it either, could you, Kenny? You get this kind of
Those
money?
last two are
No
just-
way.
Those last two are just total monies that's invested, so I'm
I
not.
got $800,000 on it for
I don't need that, the treasurer's office does.
Bridge
Well,
maintenance.
total-
Total
Total investment is 6,700,000.
Look at your last page at the bottom. That's your
Yeah,
total.
that's, yeah, but I mean, the 200 some, I don't, should come down and explain it, I don't know, where that comes
We'll get bad good.
Did you say that part non-reverting operating, that 35,000 is not there?
All right, man, come up here, right here.
Right up there.
You got a copy of this?
No. Did you want me to
Okay.
have? That total monies is like what our jackpot used to be. You know, whenever you and Wayne come up and wanted
Yeah.
to invest.
So, like the very first thing on here is 125,000, and that's 911.
Mhm.
That's already matured, right?
No,
Since-
not with Trust Indiana. You have to put a maturity date in there, but with Trust Indiana, you can leave it in there. and
So
you-
that's still there.
That's it. Everything on here is there.
Even,
Ones have the expiration date, they're still there.
Well,
if
yeah.
it's with Trust of Indiana.
Yes,
With the bank, you've got actual maturity date.
yes.
All right,
None of
so-
them's due.
So the very first one's there, second one's there, third one's there. All right, so down there, I told you wrong, Larry, on, that one we marked out.
Cumulative Bridge?
Yeah, well, no, it's,
I was getting real tired.
yeah, Cumulative Bridge
It's there.
is still there, right?
Anything Trust Indiana is still there.
Okay, so it's still there, the next one's still there, right? Now, what's the next to the last one on the sheet here is $1 million. That's
Health
not the
benefits.
right? It's still there, right?
Yep.
And what's the next 800?
Let's do that is a CD through Fifth Third.
But whose money is it?
Whose money?
It's just money. It's just like what a jackpot used to be. Yeah, it's my money, no. It's just like what a jackpot used to be.
It's
It's
general
just
fund money?
general fund money,
General fund.
yes.
So this is out of the general
Where's
fund?
the extra we put in?
We got some in health benefits, we have
Well,
some.
health benefits, we
in
put
Harris.
more in last year. You had me come
We
in and sign the paper.
invested it. and
Where's
then
it at?
What's the last one?
We have the health benefits and then we have the Harris. That was the two things that we
So what is the Harris?
check on. It's like the jackpot used to be also, it's just general money.
Whose money does it belong to though?
It's
What account does it
county,
belong to?
general.
We didn't have that much in it. Some of that has to be, that
Yeah.
extra we took out of that health insurance.
Now, we had to keep health in health.
We only got $1 million left in health insurance?
Well, that's what's invested because that's
What have we got in our,
told you.
what
I
line
wrote
number
it.
of health insurance?
5201.
5201?
1.8 in there though.
And you
Okay.
have,
So this is
That'd be
on
about
top.
right, and add $1 million to it, that'd be about right.
I was gonna say, that's what Ian's wanting me to invest.
All right, so there's $800,000 is general fund
We
money?
took it, yeah, we took it out of Fifth Third Bank, and that's where taxes get paid into, actually, is what it is. And we were getting whopped with a service charge.
Yeah.
And so they told me if, because I've been working with them to get rid of that service charge. And they told me if I get most of the money out of there, that it wouldn't, that they would take that service charge off. And so they had pretty good interest, and I don't remember what it said in brief, for 800,000. And that's what we got out. But, I mean, that's money that they pay over there, and then we do the settlement, and that money never gets taken out of there. It's just county money.
And then we've got another general at the back here,
And that's with Harris. That's what we talked about,
but that's 2
Invested.
million of general also.
yes. Sure is. That's just making a little money. And it's just laying there.
1.8 or which one is it?
Totally. It sounds like we got more in the head.
Well, what do we figure this, the trust, the 1176 highway, is that just in the highway fund on top of what we've got on the other sheet?
It should be on top of what we got on
On
the
top.
other sheet.
There's no term date on them, you can just pull that at any
As
time
long
without
as
penalty.
I go in and take them out or put them in before noon the day before, then it's in our account the next day.
But I mean, there's no penalty. on it.
No penalties at all.
It-
That's why they like to invest there.
Is it safe for me to assume, Beth, that if, okay, let's just go down and take your first fund,
Mhm.
your 911 then. If you cash that in, that go back into 911.
Yes,
right?
yes,
You cash the second and then go back to cumulative bridge,
yes.
correct?
Mhm.
So you're telling me that if I go to the bottom line there and you cash that $800,000 with them, that'll all go into the general fund? I mean, you haven't studied the spot as long as anywhere.
See, it's just,
Is it cash flow money, basically, you're talking about?
I don't want to tell you what's wrong right here. You guys go on a spending spree.
No, we're not doing that.
Trust me,
Gee whiz.
there won't be a
Set me up here.
spending.
This is just money on our cash sheet that we have. Okay, it probably all is
Well, the
in
reason,
the fund total.
And some that
huh?
no,
You
because
don't
that
have
would come
cash
out
sheet,
of.
do you? I mean, our cash sheets, you know, you see them, they have
I
this
don't
much in
know.
this bank, this much in this bank, and that all
What
totals
are
the
we
fund.
showing
So
rainy
it
days
could
this
all
time?
be a part of a fund.
But, I mean,
There's money laying there.
when you bought this $800,000, you had to draw it out of some fund.
No, we drew it out of the bank that was there. We drew it out of that amount of that bank. Just
When people
to
went in and
do
paid their
like what
taxes,
you
she
guys
said.
told me to do.
Instead of
That's why I
coming up to
said,
her
"Come in there."
office, they paid it over there, and we just never did pull it out.
We
there
never pulled it.
And brought it up to her
It's just
office.
excess money.
Left it lay.
Deposited funds.
Yeah, and then, but when Brendan then does the settlement, then that money comes out, really, that money ought to go back in, you know, but it just lays in that bank. If we ever need it, we got
So
it.
now, if I go to the bank and pay my taxes, then you get notice from the bank,
That it's
depose
in
that
there.
against my taxes due,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
What about the money from over here? You pulling it and operating on it, and not leaving it lay?
really, our settlement comes out of this bank over here. That's where it
You
comes out of.
physically
Because
go
I mean,
take the
you know, you
checks
can
and
pay at any of
deposit
the
them.
three banks.
No, they deposit it, and then they send us
I mean,
deposit tickets. That
Like-
it has
like
been
I'm talking
deposited.
about checks that get mailed into the courthouse,
We take them to this bank.
straight First Farmers.
Yes.
And that goes, but that goes in one of these,
It'd be better if I had a cash book right now in front of me.
that goes in one of
If-
these accounts.
Okay, you wasn't pulling the money from over there. That was just laying there to accumulate.
It's just laying there.
People pay their taxes over this bank,
Mhm.
same way. Are you taking that money out of there, or is there a pile laying over there?
No, that's where settlement comes. All of our settlement, which is paid to everybody, comes out of that general, out of our bank that we use.
I wrote the checks out off that account.
Okay, but on my cash sheet, it has each bank, okay, and it has what each bank has. And at the end, on the bottom, I mean, that equals our funds, where that's broke into. So can I tell you that that $800 isn't a fund total? No, I can't tell you that.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
No, I'm
When
confused.
the two of you balance out at the end of the month, and you have to balance out at the end
Our
of the
funds,
month, right?
yes.
Then what you got on this sheet, plus the CDs, has to equal what she's got in cash, right?
Yes, what she balances to our, that,
So have you balanced out for this month yet?
no.
We won't for this month. We have for November.
So I think the issue is when we finally do those two things, this thing will look different.
Well, it's just a matter of, we got money laying there that's general, I mean, just overall funds, and
You
Whenever you
always
come to
balance,
me,
right? We hardly ever have to
and-
make it, we've never had making changes that I know.
Well,
We
I
always
think,
balance.
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but, I think, you know, we don't wanna go to spend it, because I don't think it really, I think it's
no,
meant.
I think it's all a part of the fund that's laying there. And it's just laying there, drawing no interest in a checking account, and so that's, I mean, really, that's what it is, and we just went
Yeah,
ahead
so
and
what I
invested it over
really
the
think
money.
though is, that if you total out how much we're supposed to have in all these accounts here that you just gave us,
It should be a total.
then that's gonna have to, plus the CDs, not counting that, So this money belongs someplace, it belongs to one of these funds, and you're accounting for it.
The
Total
$800,000.
$8 million.
The 800,000 and the 2 million also.
And the 2 million.
Almost $9 million.
We know that.
We're just
Yeah.
trying to make money off of it. It's laying there.
6.7 plus
Yeah, so basically, you can, those two pieces of money till the very end,
6.7 plus 2.8.
2.8.
yeah, that's money that's already on this sheet here. It's in one of these funds.
Yes.
So you don't get it added on like the
No.
highway or anything
No.
else.
Correct.
So in other words, this trust, whatever the hell,
Indiana.
I'm going,
Yeah.
So-
compare this to the city, you just got a bank account, a big pot of money, and then you have it divided up. Correct, is that right?
Well, you divide it up when the state approves your
Yeah,
distribution.
but you, on your paperwork, it's divided, but in the bank, it's just a big pot of money.
Right.
Okay.
Just
So
making money.
it takes this 2.8 million to make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not adjacent to it.
No, no.
But we
Like I
can-
say, don't go on
like,
studies.
That's,
I think we're safe to say anything above those two are
I
in
think
addition
that's where
to.
they're operating that out of.
Okay,
Brandon,
got it.
Sorry.
do you,
I wish I brought a cash book.
then your
I think it
general
made it
fund,
easier.
your general fund is First Farmers.
Yes.
so we can start having, I can start having her do a cash
Is it still called?
No,
employee every month or whatever.
So
if you'd
it's
like.
fine, we understand it now.
Yeah. It's just, it's silly not to be making some kind of interest on it when we're not otherwise.
took it out ahead of time to make the interest and then it's.
But the interest will go into the general
So,
fund, not into
but,
the specifics.
again, to reiterate what I just said, With this sheet right here, which is cash, you need to then add everything that's in these, because when they take it right to CD, they take it out of the fund and
Right.
apply to CD, and then so the fund drops for that amount.
You write
And
it.
when they buy this catch-all money, it's in one of these funds already.
Yes, it's
They
just,
just
On the
don't,
last two.
so it shows up as, like, for example, part of this, part of the 800,000 and the 2 million probably would take, if we wanted to spend all of our general fund money today, I'm guessing there's not enough cash in the bank to cover that 2 million. We'd have to take some of this.
The 800 and the other
Yeah.
2 million.
And if we wanted to spend our rainy day fund today, I'm guessing we'd have to take some of that.
you're gonna come say, Beth,
Got it.
I need
The
money.
specific funds, you add the CDs to,
Yeah.
that, exactly.
And they're making their interest, but this here is gonna go
I
along
mean,
with
couldn't
the
you
general
call,
account.
can't you just call the bank and say, what's my balance right now?
Well, they'll do that at the end of the month,
Yeah.
when you funding balance out.
We do
Well,
bank
what's it?
statements every day.
So it's not even close to
Well,
two
this one
point
can't be
48
right.
million. So it's not even close.
That
to
says
that,
of
right?
1031.
No,
I don't know.
Well, no,
we're just
that's,
trying to make a little extra.
that's when I post
I
so that we
understand.
can't go back and make any changes. I post and that shuts everything down, so like, if she wants to put in a receipt
So-
for October 31st, she can't. She's gotta do it in November.
I got you.
I close the books are closed. You can't add or delete as of that date.
So the 31st is correct. So, again, make this clear. If you total up everything we got here, and then added, well, if we just total up everything on this sheet,
On this one,
you know, and you gotta do the ins and outs, it's not because if you look at that last sheet, it's a lot of ins and outs. So if you took every individual account, how much they've got, should have in the bank, and then you went to Beth and said, how much money you got, you would take this 2.8 million and make it all work.
You're right. You are right.
Come on, math teacher.
I have a question. So the redevelopment's money is just in that pot, that fund is just in that pot of money? Okay. It could be in the CD, it could be in the bank.
If it was taken out and invested separately, it would be in your name.
Right, but
But
it's
what they
not.
do is so that they
This,
to have cash flow, they just take a chunk of money that's out here that's cash, invest it, make a little money.
If you wanna make the interest though, we
Who
can.
chooses to put it in a CD? I mean, does the fund choose to put it in a CD?
department.
The group?
No,
In your case, it would have to be the council.
Okay. I just
Or
was looking to
Beth.
see if we
Beth
should
would
be.
have to make that decision.
I call the banks and see what interest rate, you know, that they have, and then like Jane and, you know,
Well,
she
not
may,
one director.
she may want her money accessible, easy, so it's
The
easier
park-
for her to do.
Park, you make
Park
your
and Rec
decision,
sometimes.
right, out there to
Yeah.
invest their money.
Sometimes, but, you know, if you want your own interest, you gotta do it through your fund, and which we
How
can
do
do.
you get a negative balance from an investment balance? So, on the back page. It's like a negative 1.8 million.
Uh,
How I don't understand that.
That's an accounting issue.
How you do that?
I don't know what you, I don't know what you're seeing. I
Right
just-
here.
Right there.
That, how you get negative?
Well, they had receipts of 1,000,001, and they had expenditures of 2,995,000.
What was that, Diane?
That's just a
That's
total,
very-
that's just totaling everything up.
That's an accounting issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I don't have anything to do with that.
It's just,
That's
just
what
like your
it's
front
getting at.
page,
We
it
just
tells you
put
what
the
the expenditures are and
receipts
the
and
receipts are.
warrants
and
in that we're
the
getting.
balance.
If you want to make this all work out, you'd have to be real diligent as you entered everything into this, or.
So what is the total to date? Is it year to date down to the bottom, or is it cash balance year to date? 10,700,000.
See, the problem they run into, Larry, I'm guessing that they sometimes don't clear out their balances when they do these investments. I'm guessing that, and when that happens, it's gonna give you, this sheet probably could be accumulation of 2 or 3 years.
So what is the total of this sheet right here?
You'd have to add up each,
I mean, one of these figures here on the back page is the total.
Here, use this one. You got this, use this one. This is a,
which one's that?
it's a funds report. It's a financial report by fund.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, that would be the,
That, you know.
So it'd be the 8.9.
right,
That's the balance.
plus the CDs. Plus the CDs.
Plus the CDs minus the 2.8 million.
Don't mind the 2.8.
They
Yeah,
have
just
to.
ignore the
That's
2.8. It's already in that 8.9.
Okay. It's in
Is there
those.
something we should do to get that?
But the
off
other
there?
ones are not.
Is there
Correct.
something you should do to get that off there?
Let's go.
It's previous, seems previous, current, I don't know, I'll have to call around and see what that is. I don't know what that is. I never looked at the last one.
I never either.
Let's see what that is.
So the actual investments out there right now,
See, here's what you want.
you have to take the 6.7 million and take off 2.8 million to get the actual investments. It's on top of this sheet here, right?
Where'd you come up with 6 at?
It's right there, it's on the total on this back page,
See that balance?
6.7 million
He's looking at something.
total investment.
On this,
That's on the CD sheet.
oh, the CD.
So our actual CD
Yeah,
would be 6.7 minus 2.8 million.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, plus.
So it'd be a little under 4 million.
I mean, they're actually CDs, but they're actually,
There's actual cash to support that.
okay.
I agree.
Right, that's it.
He concurs.
We got it.
Thank you.
That's another-
Hey, with that said, everybody kind of understands. The general fund has a balance there on your report, a little over 2 million. And we spent a lot of money on our rainy day fund this year, and we need to recoup some of that. And the law allows you to transfer a maximum of 10% of your levy to the rainy day fund in any given year by action of the council. And I think this year we need to at least recoup, if this is a true cash balance, that we need to transfer, and when we get to true cash balance, we'd like to transfer anything, my motion is to transfer anything out of the general fund that above 1.9. So that, if this is true, we'd be transferring 148,000 to the rainy day fund, approximately.
Which one? Which
Fund
one?
1,000
Huh?
on this report here.
This one? Thick one?
Yeah, on the very front page.
Which-
The general fund,
2,048.
I'm trying to
you got
find-
2,048,000,
Where's that at?
next to left
Right
at the
here.
bottom.
1,000 right there.
Okay,
After we find out what we got.
after we,
Well, whatever is in excess of 1.9 million should be transferred to the general fund, or to the rainy day fund.
I'll second that.
The law allows that.
I got a second from Brian.
Okay.
Okay, everybody hear the motion?
Well, I got one more question. So that, we gotta find out first where the $800,000 goes and where the $2 million
No.
goes. We don't have to know.
It has to be used to support all these things. It's accounted for.
So it could be 20.
It's accounted for right.
Okay, yeah, several areas. You still second his motion?
I think Brian did.
Oh, Brian did. Okay, I
But
thought
the point being is that, like I said, the levy for the general fund is about 5 million, or 5.2 million. So by law, we can transfer up to 520,000. And all we're doing is 100, maybe 148,000 this year. But we spent three times this year, we did that. We're gonna have the courthouse bill coming this right away with the final.
You
We're
spent
gonna need it.
$309,000 on your rainy day, $100,000 of that was to
We'll
the,
put half of it back.
$209,000 spent too.
Already.
Yes, sir.
That's my motion.
Any further discussion on that?
Anything above 1.9 million.
Yeah. That way you'll know what to do with it.
Let's put the whole 20 million in this.
That may be why, but
You get to sit right there, Jim, that's him.
I've moved.
Okay, all in favor?
yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
now,
Ben, we're good.
You're done?
We're good with you.
But you can't get
And that
another
motion
one.
didn't affect you at all. All she's doing is putting it in a different fund.
now you're
Doesn't
back to
affect
your
you.
encumbrances.
Well, I got one more question. So in this thing, we're gonna transfer anything over 1.9 million to the rainy day fund after we figure out actually what the cash balance.
When they balance.
When they balance out.
Okay, fair enough.
That's it.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'm taking that folder with you, I always give mine back to them.
No, I'm taking this one. I'll never know that.
I couldn't give you.
You okay with that? Yeah, I don't wanna get accused of stealing.
Well, that's better.
Okay, now we got that straightened out, we all think we're on the same page here. Right,
Thank you.
We'll go back to these encumbrances.
No.
You got questions on any of them? They're all in front of you, $16,983 worth of them.
How much?
Now, you have got the bills for all these. Now, don't look at me like that.
She's on it.
If you don't have the
If
bills
you don't
paid
have
today,
it,
you don't
we
income.
can't do it.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Who don't you have?
EMA.
We cannot approve EMA without a bill.
And it's
Said
too
the
late.
invoice is coming.
It's too late.
That's too late. It's gotta be here.
Okay,
He knows that. He was on this council.
okay.
You have bills for everything else.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have for everything except,
No, you don't have any of his bills?
I have some of them.
some of them.
Well, we'd have to know which ones he approved.
Well, we can prove it's based on the bills.
So we gotta go through every one of them.
He did nickel and dime with it.
He's the only one that didn't happen. Oh.
Airport, treasurer, and everybody else.
Reassessment, which is, we're bringing out of the pool that I have for
Right.
us.
You know, in the future, we ought to just make a resolution that if these encumbrances aren't for fuel, piece of equipment default, we ought to allow
I wish
them.
you'd just do away with
It's a,
them.
it's a bookkeeper's nightmare when they do this to you.
Do it now.
I hate them.
Do it now.
Well, we'll do it for next year. Yeah, we did know, she always got the memo for this year, so.
Jail, I have all theirs.
Okay,
Recorder, I have all hers.
okay.
4-H grounds, I have theirs. And here's the EMAs.
So what?
EMAs.
I thought you didn't have them.
I
Got
have
few.
3.
3 of them.
Which three
How
you
much
got?
money?
One for $198.49,
Okay,
one for $90,
Okay,
okay.
one for $1,228.08.
That's probably the total, the rest of it.
That is the 809 and 419, I believe.
It's 1,200.
For what?
1228, yes, 12,000
2808.
or $1,228.08.
80908, and how, that's what the other one?
80908, 419, I believe that's what it was
So
for.
we've got enough to cover four.
We got four, that's it.
Good. So at this point, you're instructed, you don't pay the others.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Call him if we got one today.
You got the recorders,
Yes.
Yes, I have the recorders, I have the airports.
got the jail, airport, prosecutor.
You said she had an airport?
Yes, I have the box.
Prosecutors.
Mhm.
Landfill.
Yes, Land 1.
Okay.
Airport and the treasurer.
Everybody but Jimmy's.
Now, the treasurer
Yeah.
is because she's encumbering money because that bill wasn't paid and she had stuff that she needed. I mean.
You mean the
she- her-
$9,000?
Yeah, her funds were depleted because of that, so she's encumbering.
Well, I have no problem when they get that check. I have no problem when you get that refund check, and it's legal for you to do so. If 3,500 belongs to you guys, and 6,000 of it belongs to her, then you could restore those appropriations and carry them forward for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I thought yours was on top of the $9,000.
No,
It's-
no, it was added into, it was one bill, they said.
So, with this motion, when we want to make it, I'd like to include that you establish the losses
There's a reassessment on
Okay.
that.
when that check comes from.
Is that okay? Huh?
We're okay there.
Fair enough?
Well, we need to make a motion to approve this as stated on this sheet.
With the exceptions noted, which are those,
I'll make a
on the
motion to
emergency
approve
management.
this with the exceptions noted on Dwayne's sheet.
She got it.
Second.
Plus to reestablish the $9,500 or $9,000 when it's reasonable.
Yeah, add that on too.
do we have a second?
Yeah. Second.
I
Okay,
ended
any
up
further
getting that.
discussion? Okay, all in favor? Motion carried. Good. Anything else at the end of the year?
When we gonna meet?
We meet the 8th, and I
We
reckon
need to
we'll
change the
decide.
time, don't we?
Huh?
We need to change our time?
Yeah, commissioners, 2 of them can't be here till 7 that night. So you wanna meet, say, I don't know how much she's gonna have for us, but we got all these appointments to make and some other stuff.
What's the commissioner's got
You wanna meet like at 5 o'clock?
That's that joint meeting we're having over the
Over the
phone
Internet.
system, internet service.
Yeah.
I don't
You wanna
care.
meet, say, at 5 o'clock,
I don't care.
On the 8th.
and then we'll be here for that, yeah. It's the 8th, isn't it?
Tuesday.
8th is a Tuesday.
Tuesday. So we're gonna meet January the 8th
January 8th is Tuesday,
at 5 o'clock, and then a joint meeting at 7 with the
for
commissioners
the commission.
to talk about phone system and internet, right?
The joint meetings, what time?
Can you make that all right, Amy?
January 8th, 2013, at 8 at 5 o'clock.
Our regular meeting will be at 5, and then we'll have
I'll be
a.
there.
This will be our
We won't use
reorganization
the
meeting.
joint meeting if you can be there. Unless you got a date or something.
I wasn't dressed and doesn't look like
Okay, so 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
And you're doing the regular meeting at 4,
No, at 5.
at 5?
At
Okay.
5, and then we'll have a joint meeting
At 7.
at 7 with the commissioners, over on the internet.
And the phone
Will
system.
will you make sure
The paper.
to get a hold of,
Nikki?
or these guys, because they were gonna be here.
Oh, Microtel, okay.
Yeah.
Fred and,
Fred
yes.
and the other guy,
Yeah.
they were coming.
And I think Ann, what Ann Minster gonna come too?
Yes, I think Ann's gonna try to be here as well.
Okay, so get a hold of them and tell them 7 o'clock that night, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Ray's working late over in Illinois now, so he can't.
Well, Marvin said 7 worked better for him than 6, right? So,
He don't get off work.
Right. He's going on 610s over there, he said, starting the first one. Okay, has anybody else got anything for us? Okay. Tim Bowles,
Hey.
we've got a little plaque for you here.
Appreciate it.
And it says Tim Bowles in appreciation of 4 years of dedicated service as councilman for Sullivan County 2012.
Thank you.
And we appreciate what you've done for the county. And I know personally I've enjoyed working with you.
Hey, I tell you what, I felt honored to work with you guys. I just do. I feel bad. I think the person here probably needs to be retired or something so you can come spend more time and get the feel of it, which I don't think I have. But you guys, I have 100% confidence in the county with you tight butts here. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, hey, I don't care. I do. I felt honored to work with you, and I have enjoyed the budget meetings, and I just enjoyed it.
Tim, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, that's Bob called the kettle black. Tight.
But, no, to me, I told people when they've asked, I said, I've been on different boards and things, and I've never worked with a bunch of people that got along. You might disagree, nobody ever got mad. Even when I see Jesse once in a while, he still asks me if I'll give him a second, because I've never given him one. So, but you know what, I've enjoyed everyone.
Now, Sonner took you with you a couple of times, I remember that.
But it's been a pleasure. Everybody here. I've loved this. I'm just, my personal feeling, I'm just kind of burnt out on politics and I'm done. So, you won't have to see my name anymore.
As long as we didn't drive you from it.
No. So I appreciate everything.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, we'll give you, if there's nothing else, well, we'll give you the honor of making the motion.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Yeah. Okay.
Jim, welcome aboard too.
Welcome aboard, Jim.
Thank you.
Don't miss the first meeting.
Oh, shut up.
Or we can move you up with appointments.
I'll tell you right now, Jim, if you want to spend any money, you're going to get outvoted.
I feel like going to work.
I thought I was tight till I got here and I was okay. But the county's in good hands. I have 100% confidence. It's kind of bad. I probably shouldn't say this, the last few years, the stuff going on with the commissioners, to me, it kind of spilled over in the council and it shouldn't have. And hopefully, the start of the year, you'll have a whole different atmosphere. I don't think it could get any worse. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think we was at the bottom of that barrel.
Even if you disagree, you shouldn't hate each other.
Yeah.
I hope I don't quote that.
The meeting's adjourned, so he needs to turn it off.
Oh, yeah.
I could do that.
Oh, okay.
I'll say we vote on it.